Do you
But
want
just
do you want to say anything about night two before you bounce to here?
it was so much better. I love the Oba match. I don't know why the match is getting so much negative praise as being choreographed.
What?
Is
I
it?
thought it,
Negative.
yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I enjoyed it. Like
Okay.
I was very, very hype. And
Who said that?
Would you
there's quite a lot of people on.
would you
Sorry.
genuinely surprised by the retirement?
Um, I'm kind of in. I don't really care either way, to be honest. But I
You
think
know, I think everyone was surprised because I do believe my theory is correct. I don't think he told anyone. I think he just fucking did it in the ring. And apparently, I've heard today, it could be rumors because it's internet. I've got to look more into it. There's a possibility WWE are suing Brock Lesnar for retiring without any notice. And that is so Brock Lesnar, you know.
yeah, yeah, they're not going to get. No one's going to um win against Brock Lesnar. He could just go, oh yeah, it was part of the show, or he didn't retire legally or whatever. But yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, especially in the audience. Uh,
Mm.
I thought the main event was great. I thought they told a very, very simple story. But again, like Wrestling 101, don't shit on your opponent. So you go out there and you say a guy's old, then you beat him. It's like, well, yeah, you beat an old person. Or you lose and it's like you got beat by the old guy. So um, simple. Again, just say who's better. This is the pinnacle. Uh, what else happened on that night that I can quickly mention?
You had Finn and Dom.
Finn and Dom. Finn and Dom was cool. I think it was nice to see the demon again. My thing with the demon is like it's sick, but then when he just wrestles like Finn Balor. There's no real difference. Like it doesn't show like a darker persona other than a few weird faces that he makes. But like he should like have something that like in terms of the wrestling element of it, I would like to see
Mm.
what the difference is between Demon Finn Balor and Finn Balor. I'm not saying like he needs to change his moveset, but like there's something character wise that differentiates them.
I'll get you.
Yeah.
And was it Jade
Jade,
and
yeah, Jade Rio.
I enjoyed that. I am a big fan of Jade, to be honest. Like in the ring, she's not brilliant, but I feel like she has like an aura. I feel like when I'm watching her, I'm watching the star. But again, I thought it was very, very predictable. It was obvious that Rio was going to win. The match was what it was. They did some really, really cool stuff. What else was
And
that?
the one of the best segments of the entire show, Danhausen and John Cena.
I was yeah, that was whatever. I
Not
must
your
admit,
thing.
like, I never really understood or got Danhausen, but like he's all right in WWE. For me, the fact that he is getting paid big bucks and he's a top star in WWE in terms of merch sales and popularity, and he does not take a single bump, much respect. Like that is so sick that he's done that. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for him on that sense.
We're gonna get
Um,
you cursed. You just said I'm not a fan. Well, definitely, that's my mission
yeah,
for the next six
I
months.
said I didn't get him before. I didn't
You
really
said you're not a
understand.
fan. I think you'll take that
Not a fan
personally,
housing.
bruv. You're not a fan housing.
Man.
Uh,
Rat houses.
What
but
what
like I said, I have a lot of respect for the guy who
yeah.
gets signed as making big bucks, moving merch, and doesn't take a bump at all. I
Yeah.
think he's wrestled once against Kit Wilson, but
Yeah.
I can't imagine it was a technical masterpiece. It was probably just did a few bits.
And what about
Mild curse then.
Trick Williams and Sami Zayn?
Oh yeah.
Again, that was a bit of a foregone conclusion. I think the entrance jacket of Trick Williams is still going on in Vegas. That was mm, I feel like they did Carmelo dirty just to get the belt on Sammy. Sammy was relentlessly booed.
Yeah.
Nobody liked him. That he didn't get any cheers. I was
Wow.
hoping what they would do is add Carmelo and Dragunov in the match
Yeah.
because they've all had like bangers for the United States title.
Mm.
And also, yeah, it was might have been a bit of less of a foregone conclusion because that would have been a banger of a match. But yeah, the match was what it was. I think it wasn't really that great. It was hard to get into because I guess it was somewhat of a double turn, but like I don't know whether it was or
I
not.
I think the story they were trying to tell, they didn't give it enough time again. That one needed time. That I thought would be one of the show stealers of Mania. I thought they were gonna recreate a modern Austin Brett. But I don't think Sammy had enough or
Yeah.
Trick had enough time to really tell that psychology in the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
And finally, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match for you.
Banger, absolute banger. I had a blast watching that. I was very, very hyped. Yeah, I was very, very gassed at a lot of the spots, and it seemed to just constantly build. They give a very good chance for everybody to shine and do their stuff. I had a feeling the Canadian on the ladder was going to happen because Penta was in it, and he's done it in AEW. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. That felt like a mania. That whole night definitely felt like a mania.
Yeah.
Right. And what was the feeling like leaving the arena compared to night one for you on night two?
That was good. There was a lot of a buzz. There was a lot more of a buzz. It just felt more like a mania. Um, I was, yeah. I mean, I'm glad I went to both nights, of course, because being there is a little bit different. But I still feel like it felt like Roman was a bit more over because there was a few people that were chanting for CM Punk and on the way home out, and there were more chants for OTC.
Yeah. So they made the right decision then with the main event. What was your thoughts on that match? Some people
Yeah,
are saying it's a classic.
I thought the match was brilliant. It told a very simple story. Um, they gave it enough time. Unless I don't know, they might have done some Hulk Hogan adverts in the middle of it that I don't know.
No, we got all of it. Luckily, thank God.
But yeah, it was a really good match. They told a really, really good story. It was proper pro wrestling. I need to watch it back to fully understand it. But again, man, the whole concept of he's old, just it's the wrong.
I
It's the,
I got to disagree with you there. I really enjoyed the old gunslinger story where Punk could have won the match, but he just didn't have anything left. And he's last, like my favorite spot of the whole Mania was that last swing, and he just fell down and collapsed,
Yeah.
and then Roman knew it was finished. So I like the old.
I think storyline is brilliant, like in the match, but it's the fact that like you always get told like as a wrestling guy who cuts promos, never shit on your opponent or like never make like negative comments about him because like I said, you call him old. If he beats you, it's like you got beaten by an old guy. But also he won, and it's like, well, you beat someone who's old. You said he was old, and you beat him. It's like less of an impact. I feel like that kind of lost it. So it kind of made the finish a little bit more obvious. But in terms of the match, I did like that part where he didn't have enough gas in the tank, and then he can talk about it on Raw. That's what I was hoping that would happen, but yeah,
Yeah, didn't he switched up his demeanor, man, bro. All right, man. Thank you so much for joining us, bro.
Where can they find you?
What's the
Where can they
socials?
find you?
Yeah, Zahir Music at Zahir Music ZAHEERMU.
And for those who doesn't know what you do, please explain quickly.
I'm a music producer and somewhat a little bit of a pro wrestler. I made themes for AEW, TNA, and various other promotions. So my current songs that are really doing well are Mustafa Ali's theme, which is probably one of my favorite themes that I've done. And then Sydney Akeem, aka Soleil, who used to be Reggie/Reginald in WWE.
Oh wow!
In my opinion, he has my favorite theme I've ever done. So y'all go check them out. Follow me on Instagram. You'll get to see some really cool.
And if you guys want a brand new Mega Powers theme song, please tag his name at him, and say, "Yo, we want a Mega Powers theme song." And surely he will. Is that how you ask? You ask live on air. Yeah. Why not?
I like the way you do it, bro.
Shoot your shot, bro. Shoot your shot.
If you don't ask, you don't get. Simple.
No, there's a little bit of
put man on the spot.
No, there's a little bit of expectation, but like I said, man, get the Mega Powers TV fans to give me a shout. If it's overwhelming and there's a market/demand for it, then I'll obviously do it.
And if people want to see you wrestle, man, is there any matches coming up or anything? Or
30th of May is my next one at Apex Pro Wrestling. That one's in Milton Keynes, and 31st of May in Marston Mortain. So I'm doing a lot more matches as well. Show element is shown by how much my body hurts.
Wow.
But, the next match is going to be a good one. So y'all met Joshua King, innit?
Yeah, we got that interview coming, man.
Yeah, so he's one of my best friends, and now obviously he's a popular guy. So the story was that I came back to back my boy. So I've got to tag with him, which means a lot to me because it's a very special moment. So the next match is a tag match between us two and the guys that screwed him over. It was actually sick. He defended his title, his heavyweight title, in the Rumble the last time, and he was number one, and he made it the whole way until they robbed him of the title. And the crowd going dip was brilliant. The reaction was ideal. Like that's kind of what you want, but they want obviously they want him to win the title back now. So we've got to get through the rest of the lackeys.
Yeah.
But
Now we're gonna enter in night 2 of WrestleMania 42nd, 42. Brock Lesnar, yeah. We get Obafemi, the Niger warrior himself, the ruler. Let's go. He wants to go. He wants to start. Right, let's go to God Money P, man, because he's like he's pumping his chest for this one. He's like Haru,
The
Yeah.
ruler,
Mhm.
the destroyer, the bringer of war, the mountain you cannot climb, the mountain you cannot conquer.
Haru.
Overclock. He said that in front of Triple H, and Triple H was like, "Oh shit!" He looked round the crowd. He was like, "I was gonna have Brock win, you know." Oh, nah. We have to fix that. We have to correct that.
Yeah, they had to retcon that quick time.
That match, when we did watch it, oh man, my heart was in my mouth the whole time because there was that fear that they'd make Brock win. And I see Oba struggling now, you're struggling off the suplexes. I thought, oh Lord, Oba, no, Oba, don't do this to me. He dropped the F5 now. Brock dropped the F5. And then Oba got up and he was like, rotted. That was an F5 rotted, but no, I'm not done yet. I was like, Ross. I was like, Oba, get up. So now, he grabbed Brock Lesnar by the neck back, caught him up, choke slam. When I watched it, I was like, yes, that was for The Undertaker. That was for The Undertaker. Brock this week, I thought, yeah, he deserved that shit. He deserved it. And then he hit the fall from grace. 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you something, guys. I watched this back with my family, my mums. When I watched it back now,
He got to
they
Mumsy.
remember what happened. Their eyes popped out their head like that 21 and 1 guy, right? Their eyes popped out their head. My mum was like, rewind that, man. Rewind that. They pulled it up and started WrestleMania from the top, from after John Cena came out, and they watched it again.
Wow.
Trust and believe. I was playing Rick Ross Tears of Joy throughout the break after that until the ladder match. Come on, that's a true story.
Hey, Dan, you play Rick Ross Tears of Joy is crazy.
Wow. That's what's up, man.
Deserve this.
But was you shocked by the retirement after that? He immediately took his gloves and beat.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I was like, hold on, Brock, what? And he was slowly doing
why Brock?
He's taking off his boots. He exposed his dirty foot because I could smell it from here. And I was like, Brock, put your boots back on, man. What are you doing? I was like, oh dang.
Yeah.
But I don't know about these reports about, WWE suing them or whatever, because right now on YouTube, they're showing the best of Brock Lesnar and everything, and they're doing the video package of his career and all that. So I don't know about that, So,
Yeah.
Unlucky Gunfer.
Like,
Find someone else to retire.
but don't anyone feel bad for Gunther? Because I feel like Rey Mysterio ducked him as well. Like,
No. Gunther got to retire. Goldberg, AJ Styles, John Cena. He's had a monster run with the Intercontinental Championship match. He's done 2 Manias, 1 for the World Heavyweight Champion. He's been a 2-time champion. He's got enough, bro. We don't need to put Gunther over. Oba needed this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
yeah.
Yes.
So
And he said that.
So I think in a prediction, man, I was just like, man, I want the big entrance, bro. I want elephants, gorillas, like giraffes, everybody involved.
Yeah, you said all
But
that. I remember.
but obviously the budget didn't
You were
stretch that far
basic.
this year, man. We just got strobe lights. But I mean, I don't know, man. The entrance didn't really work in the daylight, you know. It kind of took away the mystique of his entrance, bro. And he did I got a rating, bro, because that was a long piece of strutting that he had to do, man. That aisle was long. And
But everyone was with him though.
they
The
were
Pacific
winning
crowd
him.
was with him.
It was like watching one of their marathons, bro. Everyone was at the finish line saying, "You can make it," you know. But
You know what Luke Owen said about his entrance the other day on Raw? I know it's a long ramp with Mania, but he pointed
Luke
out a really
Owen,
good thing.
the WrestleCourt guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
he liked it because it was quick. And
yeah,
actually, I thought it was a good point because he just comes into the ring,
yeah,
business as usual, does the pose. Everyone else, comparison, Punk, Roman, Seth, everyone has 7 or 8 poses in between or whatever, or some
Mm.
sort. And this is a very like we're just cutting out, and I'm all for cutting out a bit of entrance time in my wrestling shows. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that when it comes to Oba. Yeah,
all for the presentation, man.
But
But I
you know
mean,
what? You know what? Do you know what? Honestly, yeah, right. As you said, Scan, they could have done better for him as he is gonna be the next reigning superstar for WWE on the main roster. You know, they could have done something nice for him, like bring out a handful of black bodybuilders or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, sort of wearing his outfit type of thing, and you know they're all strutting the same way, and then him coming out just like I don't know if he was Scally said it or Sally said it like what they done with John Cena when John Cena had
yeah,
all the John
yeah,
Cenas coming
yeah.
out.
he said that about
I
Trick.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I said that about Trick Williams. But
Oh, he said about Trick.
to be fair,
Yeah.
if we're
Sort of thing.
expecting Oba to be around a while, yeah, I wouldn't blow the budget on his first ever Mania. You know, you give him a couple years, make him earn that, man. So I think, yeah, I'm not that
Well,
mad about it.
but you know what? It was a good match, but I didn't thought that Brock Lesnar would have went out like that so easily. I thought he would have
Yeah.
I thought he would have went to the wire type of thing, and you know, when now he's obviously he wants a title for next year.
Well,
So
he's the next big thing. That's what he said. He wants Roman Reigns
yeah,
next, and it's good that they've started to give him that moniker. You know, they're kind of running it back to when Lesnar debuted, and he was just destroying fools for fun. You know, I think Lesnar put him over nice and strongly, man. He genuinely believes this is the guy, and that's why he
Yeah.
decided like based on the feeling in the crowd, he decided to retire right there on the spot, which I think personally, even though SummerSlam's in Minneapolis, which is his hometown, you know, it
Mm.
felt more apt to just do it there at Mania. It gave you a big talking point. It was a shock factor, you know, and you can't, no one can like it's justified. He's literally done everything at this point in his career, man. And to be fair, as long as his career he's been in phenomenal shape. Like I don't think we've
Yeah.
heard a story about Lesnar being out injured since he's been
no.
wrestling in WWE. To my
No.
knowledge, I don't know if anyone knows anything else. Like, so he's more or less had a flaw. He's paced himself well. He's not like those.
Wait.
Has
He's
he been injured?
wrestled 5 times a year, so it's a bit
But he's
easier, bro.
paced himself. That's the thing. He has short
Yeah,
matches.
I guess so, but
Smart, works smart, bro. Gets paid crazy money. Like, you know,
Mm.
so it's just, yeah, he's laughing, man. He doesn't have to turn up. He didn't even have to do the job, but he done it and he put my man over in the biggest possible way that he could have.
and
So,
to be fair, he wasn't really injured in the ruthless aggression era, so you're right. Yeah.
Nah. I
like,
think
like,
the most he had, the most he had was like a concussion after when he did the you know, the Kurt Angle match at WrestleMania 19.
yeah,
Oh
He did
yes, yes, I remember
he
that.
did the top ropes,
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you seen him.
landed
You
on
seen
his
him. He
head.
went back, but he was like, "Lord,
Yeah,
man
yeah.
had a concussion."
Yeah, yeah. And that's another thing, and it's a good point you brought him up, man. Look at Kurt Angle when he retired. Yeah, he was probably the same age that Lesnar was now. And Kurt Angle
Mm.
looks mangled. I don't even think he can stand up
Mm.
properly. Like
Yeah, but
Yeah,
literally,
he was a consistent wrestling machine on
there you
every week
go. There
television.
you
Yeah,
go. And if you
24/7.
was a wrestler, would you want to retire like Kurt Angle or would you want to retire like Lesnar?
No, I don't put Kurt's retirement at WrestleMania 35, Baron Corbin, with down to his body. I put that down to really bad booking and just a
No,
shit
but
Vince
how he
McMahon idea.
physically looked. Like
I
he
think
every
I
time I
don't
see
think
Kurt
we
Angle,
only
he
got
looks
three
like he's in
matches.
pain.
We got Ronda Rousey match. We got the Shield match when he turned up as Dean, or I can't remember which one. And then we had that match. So we didn't really chew on what he could do. I think in the Ronda match, yes, obviously he's not moving at the pace as Brock Lesnar, but he is also having longer matches. Remember, like, anyway, we're just probably going to
Yeah.
disagree on that. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, cool. Fair enough. But I'm
yeah.
talking about in terms of a career, like
Mm.
when it's all said and done, bro, at least Lesnar looks like he can still walk around. Like that's all I'm trying to say.
yeah, he
But
can stand up tall.
and
AJ
that's a
Styles as well.
rarity in wrestling. Like that's rare that a wrestler will end
Yeah,
his career and still look like he can function, you know? But
True.
AJ
So
Styles as well.
who?
You know, AJ Styles, him
Yeah,
stand
and
up
AJ.
tall. Yeah.
Yeah,
mm,
that's what's up.
Hmm.
Daytime entrance for Oba doesn't really work, but it didn't piss me off as much as long as what happened kind of happened. I think Brock did a brilliant job in selling Oba in this match with his facial expressions and his frustration. And Oba kind of looked like someone just so focused to get the job done. And I like what he said after. He's like, you cannot show a beast like that any sort of fear. Do you know what I mean? He's
Mm,
like, so he kind of, I can see how he brought that into the match where he was like unrelentlessly courageous throughout. It was always like a forward, 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 forward.
mm.
I personally, what they did was perfect in terms of, but I would have liked another 3 minutes, maybe four, just a bit more spots, maybe another F5 that he rises up from, maybe a bit more, ring post spots and stair spots a bit more on the outside for a little bit longer, maybe a few more suplexes, maybe Oba could have strained out his version of a few more suplexes, maybe just three more moves from Oba. But other
Okay.
than that, no, it was just the way if you're gonna finish the finish, if you're gonna keep the finish the way the finish was. Yeah, Oba sort of not just no selling their five, but like stumbling, like I can still get up, I can still then grabbing the truck and then boom, and then picking him up with the best power bomb in the industry at the moment. Yeah. Only when it's on Brock
Real
was
though.
was fantastic. Now when Brock retired and let's it's a weird situation, right? Because obviously everything is alleged. Obviously, in some of the cases, there's some speculation, but there is some actual name calling. So when my opinion came with Brock Lesnar returning to wrestling, I was all for I'm okay if he doesn't turn up after everything that came out. But when he did retire and he showed the emotion of everything that I've never seen him that vulnerable. I've never seen him
Yeah.
tear up. I've never seen. And then when he threw the X, the minute he threw the X at Paul, it kind of, and I know Paul's a good actor. I really did feel then it was just on the spot, and he's telling him, "No, this is real. I'm out. This is not cave. This is not a storyline. I'm out." And then I just thought about when my return to wrestling in 2014, and the first main event I saw when I came back was Brock absolutely kill John Cena in SummerSlam. And and then he was the heel champion. He was the heel champion for from 2016, 2017 in a lot of ways, the Universal Champion, and then some spots in 2018. He's always in the main event picture. So actually, one of the top heels of the wrestling generation I have experienced in my return was Brock Lesnar, built up after ending the Undertaker streak. And I've been on a wrestling journey and I sticked around and there's some part of me that obviously enjoyed it. I thought he was this incomparable monster. And then I thought and then when I saw the video package on Raw, which was fucking brilliant, bringing back the 90s grunge shit, Godsmack, I Stand Alone. I fucking missed that song. It made me go back to my punk playlist and grunge playlist for a bit. But watching him, as a ruthless aggression entity and not forgetting of the consistent week to week television and long matches he gave us because he did have a tenure of actually showing up putting on these matches. Um, I did walk away appreciating the career and thanking Brock Lesnar for what he did. And that might be controversial in a lot of spaces, but just as a wrestling fan and as a human, that's what I experienced. On the other side of things, if you were to ask me at the beginning of 2024, would you bring Brock Lesnar back just because of everything that's happened? I would have probably said no. But that's kind of how I feel about all of it. And just regarding Oba and his next steps from this, I even put in the group, I was a bit pissed off. I've changed my mind. It's like, what's Oba coming out doing the WrestleMania 33 after Raw? This is my yard now. I am the ruling out that shit, right? And I'm like, that's perfect. That's fucking perfect. Because if it is Roman and Oba at SummerSlam, and if it is a correlation between Oba coming out the night after Mania, after Roman supposedly retired The Undertaker, obviously he came back, and then Oba has supposedly retired Brock, to have Oba beat Roman at SummerSlam on his first kind of debut SummerSlam, the same way Brock Lesnar beat The Rock, another Samoan, on his debut
Mm,
first SummerSlam. That is great storytelling. So if Brock and if
mm.
Oba can propel himself from this moment with all these tied storylines that cross the line of absolute decades, that's really good. And I hope they do it. Yeah.
In a
Even though I
heart.
think they might do Oba Gunther, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's coming. That match is coming.
That's dope. That's dope. All right, man. Let's get into the next match, which
Yeah,
was.
the Intercontinental Championship ladder match,
Mhm.
and you had JD, Dragon Lee, Penta, my boy Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev.
Rusev.
Who
Much
wants to
car.
kick this off?
Go on, grab, buddy. Yes.
Ladder match. Ladders, I've always said this, ladders and WrestleMania just have this magical aura about
a
it.
gig. So
Yeah. I love to see ladder matches at WrestleMania. I just, I just can't put my finger on it why the magic is there, the connection. It's just beautiful to see. And hats off. Imagine, yeah, that Rey Mysterio, to my knowledge, is what, 51 years old?
Mm.
And you got the next man,
is he
Javon.
51? Blood
You
hell.
might have to do your Googles and double check that. Answers on a postcard, please. But I think Rey Mysterio's around that age, right? And you got Javon Evans, who's 21, 30-year difference. And they're
Yeah, it's
both doing
51.
pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it's 51.
Dang!
You put extra fucking years on his belt, bro. That's deep.
You know what I mean? And they're doing everything that they're doing in the ring. Penta doing his thing. Rusev, it was a great showing by everybody. They showed up and showed out, and I think they knew it. Matter of fact, I think everybody on the card, they looked at night one, they probably heard the feedback, and they was all like, "Yo, let's smash this." I really think that's what happened. And in this particular match, this one's up there. This one's up there in my eyes with the Money in the Bank matches at WrestleMania 24 and 25, the ones that CM Punk won. I think it's up there with those, in terms of spectacle and spots and all that great stuff. The originality, the creativity with everybody, all six of them. Yeah, you as well, Rusev. Take a bow. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely high praise right there, man. Yeah, I'll just chime in off the back of that, man, and just agree with more or less everything you're saying, man. I felt that that was the right decision to have Penta retain because it's very rarely the champion ever retains in a ladder match, like especially with six of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very rare. So for him to do it, and I thought it would have been too early to take that belt off of him, man. But then this is one of the first ladder matches that I've seen where literally anybody could have won that and you would have been justified. Like you'd have been like, yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough, makes
Yeah.
sense. Even JD, I think, like because he's been doing his thing for a hot minute, man. I think a title would do wonders for him. And I think the
Dragon
fact
Lee?
that these lot are going to continue to feud past Mania kind of is a great showcase for the division, man, and should have been what they did with the tag division last year. So yeah, man, I thought it was a solid match. And Sai looks like he wants to say something, so I'm gonna pass it over.
No, I agree with everyone except maybe Dragon Lee. I just didn't see that as a like a. I just I know he's got the Stars Clash now, but yeah, I just didn't see that as like
Like,
a big win at Mania. But the way I booked the match in our predictions is exactly how it went, exactly what I wanted. I just wanted them to go through a lengthy time and do loads of different spots. I'm not with this fucking yeah. There's a small feedback on there wasn't enough off the top of the ladder spots, which you got a fucking Canadian destroyer and you got Javon Edgens. What's his finisher called again?
OG Cotter.
OG
Yeah,
Yeah,
cutter.
he's doing the OG cutter with Rusev jumping into it. Yeah, but like did you see that? It was like he
yeah,
jumped.
he's on the ladder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I thought the match went exactly actually it exceeded my expectation. I thought JD McDonough was fucking dead after that Canadian destroyer. I literally thought he died. And we just watched a man die.
Yeah, even Mike Cole said it in it.
He said this to us. The weird thing is I didn't say Jinx, yeah, but me and Cole said that exactly at the same time. I was like, he's dead, like out loud on my fucking TV. But yeah, I think we all figured that. But yeah, no, it did the job. I think I predicted Penta to win. I did quite well on predictions. I think some of them were a bit fucked. I think only Rhea and the main event on night one. But I
Yeah.
think I got everything right. Yeah, Penta won. Makes sense. He just won
You
it.
know what? Do you know what? I'm always gonna give it to the young OG, my little nephew, Javon
Yeah, man.
Evans. Like he's he every time I watch him, his confidence level is just growing and growing and growing, and
Mm.
his mobility in the ring is phenomenal. Obviously, as you always said with Rusev, yeah, that was funny as hell. I was like, wait a minute. Well, I had to rewind and come again and look at it. I was like, Rusev, you just jumped into his arms. You get me? But
Yeah.
it's all entertainment, and especially the fact that he took a lot of bumps in the ring on the the stairs, not stairs, the ladder. I was a bit skeptical of him because I said, brother, why did you walk underneath the ladder? I said that's bad luck. You get me? Because usually wrestlers don't do that. Usually they'll walk around because they don't want that
Unless you're
bad luck.
Cody. Remember Cody
Yeah,
walked right under it before the Kevin match. He just
yeah,
said, fuck
exactly,
him.
exactly.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure Jeff
but
Hardy does that.
it was a good match. It was a good match, and as what Scan said, it makes sense for Penta to retain, especially of the fact of how where he's come from and where he's going, but who will take the belt off him? That is a question. What do you guys think in the comment section? Put it in the comment section. But at the same time, it was a good match. I liked it. High flying. JD, he never done nothing. Who is it? Dragon Lee, yeah, yeah, mediocre. You
What?
know,
Wait, what? He's
yeah.
Uh-oh.
I
he's
don't
a
Uh-oh.
care. I'm
fantastic.
saying it.
He might not be a great character, but he is a fantastic wrestler.
He's a fantastic
Especially
wrestler, but that day he was mediocre to me, man. It was
what?
me. It was me. Yeah, yeah. I'll say it. I don't care. Let's spark up some controversy. Let's spark up some flipping controversy on our channel.
I do that all the time. How many people have I cast
Dragon
already?
Lee.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Oh
but
gonna
you're
do it this
just
time.
wow.
dragging Lee
I'm
You know
into
gonna do
what?
it this time. I'm taking it.
Do you know what,
you know
right?
what? Go on, Scan.
I was just gonna this isn't match related by the way, but I was gonna say because we forgot to mention, man, we had the shocking reveal of Bianca Belair's +1.
Was that
Yeah,
night one?
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
on
yeah.
oh,
night one. Was it who was
oh.
shocked? Was anyone shocked or what?
Do you know
Because
what?
we
Um,
thought she was
you
coming
know when
back,
she
didn't
came.
we?
You know what? I'm gonna be really. Actually, let me not be. I don't know if women might find this offensive. Yeah. I
Uh-oh.
no. Let me say
Think
it.
about it. Think
I'm
about
thinking. I'm thinking.
Think,
It's all good.
think.
I think I'm safe. Ladies, hear me out. I was just thinking, yeah, this girl looks
Oh,
madly in love with Montez.
Yeah, she is.
And I just within the ring, I was thinking this, yeah. And a lot of people already got it from the outfit. I actually wasn't one of them. I didn't know because of the outfit. People just thought, oh, she's pregnant. Um, but while she was coming in, I was thinking she's in her 30s. She's just had a finger injury that doesn't make much sense of how long it took. She's already had a lot of her career taken out. There's a possibility she had a discussion with her partner, like, isn't this a great time to have a baby? Because I'm already injured. Uh, I have to recover. So maybe this is the time. And the minute I said that to myself, she revealed the baby. And I put it in the girls, oh shit, she pregnant. No, I said, I bet she's pregnant. And then boom, she's pregnant. But that's what was going through my mind. I was like, it's actually quite a strategic, perfect time to have a baby because you can recover and have the baby at the same time. And then you can come back and have a 10-year because I think she's in her early 30s.
Yeah.
So she's still, it's a shame that she's been taken, like a big chunk of her career has kind of been taken out from this finger injury. But I think make lemons out of lemonade and
But
like
you know
they
what's
made
so
more than
you
a
know what's so
lemonade, you get me?
you know what's so funny though, yeah? Like yeah, Bianca Belair is 37
You
by
think
the
I'm
way.
safe with the ladies? I think I was all right.
Yeah, you're cool, you're cool.
It's
But,
37. Okay.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
Bianca Belair is 37 by the way. Her
Oh,
birthday
wow.
was on the
My
9th
age.
of April. Yeah, so it's so funny because me and Godbody P was going back and forth on his group page, right? And because I was shocked when I saw her, I was like, "Raw, what's she gonna do?" And then Godbody P said, "Hold up, wait a minute. She looks kind of fat."
I'm not even
Her face
saying that,
don't
you know,
pop
but
it. Her face don't pop
Oh
it.
my
He
days.
said,
That
"Look
the
at her
ladies
face."
might have a problem with that, fam.
No,
God,
Grandpa P said, "Look at her face. Like, look at her face." I said, "Nah, she
he
probably has
hotted
put a
you up
little
like
weight."
that.
And then, and
He
then,
hotted
then,
you up
then
like
Grandpa
that.
P said to me, "Nah, she's pregnant." And the way she revealed, I was like, "Oh!" I was like that guy who tests out things. That's your my glasses. You get me, but
right.
you know it's. But you know what's so funny? I even said it. Yeah, are you sure that she's not trying to follow suit from her ex best friend who just got pregnant the other day by a Uso?
Oh, now it's turning into Shade Barra. Now we can't. Now this is okay magazine, bruv. Now we can't be doing this, bruv. Like, let's just
Go
celebrate
on,
and
Grant
conclude.
Buddy, Grant
No,
Buddy.
but I
A
love it.
lot
No, do you know what? You know what it is? Bianca Belair, Montez Ford. I love them too as a Black Power couple. I love what they become. I love everything about them. They're both they you know from what I've heard from what I see on social media and from other wrestlers and people, they got mad love for them too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
congratulations to Bianca Belair and Montez. They're gonna make a crazy wrestling family. You get me? I hope that baby comes out and be a wrestler as well, or some sports athlete or side. Because remember, she did do track and field and body, bodybuilding and stuff. So congratulations to her. Like I'm proud of her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll give her a round of applause for that.
Round of
What
applause.
you said.
I mean, initially, I'm not gonna lie. Initially, I was upset because I was like, no, no. It's like that's initially. I can't lie. I was selfish. I thought, yo, these girls. It's like they've done it like, oh, our kids can go to school together. They can grow up and wrestle together and do track and field together and lift weights together. I've seen it as that because I've seen the females that we know, like in
Yeah.
our neighborhood, they've done the same thing. Oh, I'm pregnant. Okay, I want to get pregnant too. And just, you know what I mean? But no.
Hey, that's a legal maneuver. I swear to God. Foreign object. Oh God.
But on the real, big ups
Wait,
to
I haven't recovered from that. All right, go on.
on a real big ups to Bianca and Montez. You know, they got it made just as Naomi and Jay Uso. They got not Jay, sorry, Jimmy. They got it made. You know what I mean? So they could do that. Whereas, like, say, 10 years ago now, 10 years ago when Vincent Kennedy was the done, you know what I mean? If your ass got pregnant, your career was done. Game over. You know what I mean? You saw the results with Carmella. Carmella has not recovered since then. But at the same time, I feel like it depends on where you are in the company, how much value you are to the company. So now we saw Becky. She did the same thing. She was killing them. Then she got hit, pregnant, come back. She's still killing it. So that made Naomi, Bianca, and whoever else look at that and think, that's what we got to do. We got to be successful.
I don't know if it happened like that, man.
But
I
not
don't
like
think that.
that. But I mean, like, before then, if
Mm.
you got pregnant, your career was over. You saw, like I said, you see the results of there was Carmella, there was Lacey Evans, and there was somebody else. Where I think her name was
Lacey Evans got
Arnold.
kicked out because she was racist online. An offense. Lacey Evans got kicked out because she starts talking madness on Twitter. Maybe
As
I,
well. But
I
I'm sure there's many examples. I'm sure there's many
no,
examples.
I agree. I'm sure Vince was absolutely sexist when it came to like maternity leaves and being fair and promoting people who were going to, and
Yeah.
we live in
Okay.
that culture, unfortunately. So it's nice to see that they've got the room to build families and enjoy the life they built out of professional wrestling. I think that's what we celebrate.
For
Right.
sure.
Yeah. Okay. So should we move on to the next match? So we
Yeah,
got
man.
Yeah. What is the next
the
match?
Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic, King of the Luchadors. What did you
Um,
think of the entrances, man? The entrances were quite dope with this match.
Yeah, come on, man. Finn Balor's my guy, bro. He's my guy from day one. And I always said it. Once he's the demon, no one can pass him. He's only been passed. He's only been beaten once as a. Is it once as the demon?
Twice.
Quite,
Um,
quite a
twice,
few
isn't it?
times.
Yeah,
Twice, yeah. Quite a
yeah.
few
But
times.
but but like, I knew this is gonna be a. It's gonna be one of those ones you could close your eyes, go sleep, and just hear Finn Balor. Just listen. You don't even need to watch it because you know Finn Balor's gonna win anyway, which happened.
what?
And I
Wait,
just think,
what? He
yeah.
had the nickname Pin Balor for years. You don't know he's gonna win. He's
Bro, I
finally
know he's
got a
gonna win.
push.
I knew he was gonna win. I said it from way before that he's gonna win this. Yeah, done. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm plus at the same time, Dirty Dum Dum was shook anyway. You get what I'm saying? Like he should have put that fucking Mexican belt up online, and he would have lost that as well. Easy,
Oh
Let-
simple.
dear.
let-
He's already lost one belt, so why don't they lose the other one? You get me? You get me? And I was expecting his daddy to come down and go and stand at the top of the ring or the entrance, do this
Right,
and,
clapping.
and skin his teeth. But it never happened. But yeah, it was a cool match. Okay.
that would have been interesting. Can I respond to that? Because
Go for it. Go
Yeah,
for it.
within 5 minutes. Yeah.
I'm actually very disappointed in. Oh fuck, yeah, I can do it. I'm actually a bit disappointed in this match, honestly.
Yeah.
The match was fine. You're putting it on the back of Jacob Fatu and fucking Drew McIntyre, which was unsanctioned. So we basically saw similar spots when it came to weaponry and hardcore spots. So with that being so close together on two nights, it took away from it. I don't know if one of them didn't have to be an unsanctioned. I don't know, man. They made it a no disqualification match because of
Oh, they made it a
the
street fight.
lack of stipulations that were involved in WrestleMania. But sorry, what did you say?
I think they made it a street fight last minute, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
last minute because the lack
Yeah.
of stipulations of Street Fighter. But this is really bad, actually. If you really think about it, I know people haven't given it as much criticism as I'm about to, but
Because it was sponsored by Street Fighter.
no,
Ooh.
not just that.
Because they showed the trailer
Oh,
and
But
stuff. But yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's so
So I
fucking.
didn't even cut the connection, you know.
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Anyway, that's fucking. Anyway, but this is the blow off faction Judgment Day match, one of the big ones, right? Well, I was there when Dom, I can't remember who punched whose dad in the dick, but he clotheslined him, right? I was in Cardiff when that happened. Finn, Rhea, Damien, all taking Dom in as his little whatever, yeah? Bad man. I was expecting a lot of Judgment Day interference and spots. You could have taken it out of the Liv. Liv and Steph could have had a clean match. Liv could have cheated or whatever, blah, 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 which she kind of did. But with this match, this needed the drama. This actually needed to be overbooked. This needed Judgment Day sort of turmoil. And I can't believe no one came in to disrupt this match or help, try to help Dom win. But the
But
demon.
remember now, JD McDonough, right? JD McDonough, he was already mashed up from the ladder match. So he couldn't come back anyway.
Oh, what he could fucking fight on Raw the next fucking night though on Monday, and he could have come out with a blood clot chair anyway. So and it could have been the Chiquitas, it could have been the girls to come out to help Dom. It could have been Dom's gal thing, but the demon was
I thought
overwhelming.
that was gonna happen as well.
I do, and maybe it's sometimes what's supposed to happen should happen. But this didn't feel like a blow off. This didn't, and it's obviously because it took so long to finally get there. I think Finn versus Dom should have happened maybe last year or some point, or maybe
Yeah.
a year before that. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed. Nothing about what the wrestlers did. They gave us a decent match by numbers, good match. But for what the occasion needed, for what the ceremony needed, it was quite disappointing for me, honestly.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Ground body P?
Um, yeah, I mean, I've said it from morning. When Finn Balor draws for the demon, that's it. You know what I mean? I like the psychology. I like that Dom's like hiding behind the announce table, like, oh shit, I've done it now. You know what I mean? I personally rated it more than the Sancho match on night one. I actually did. I was more into this match than I was the Drew McIntyre Jacob. I just was. I really, on another note, I really gotta commend Dominic Mysterio from where he's come from and to where he is now. You know what I mean? He's not just Eddie's son or Ray's son or whoever, right? He's really coming to his own, man. He's really become that star now. You know what I mean? Like back in the pandemic days, I did not see that turning point when he turned heel and joined Judgment Day, and Rhea was running around with him. Yeah, man. And then he became a made man. I give that man props. Yo, Dominic, you could have tanked. He could have went down, but look at him. How much WrestleMania's on the trot now? And
Yeah,
Yeah.
rate him.
yeah.
Rate him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that, man. Because when I think about when we first saw Dominic, like in pandemic times, I thought, nah, this guy, Nepo baby, he'll just be like, he's like a favor hire for Rey Mysterio. I had
Yeah.
no hopes for this guy, bro. And then now
Yeah.
he's like the AAA world champion. He's a made dude, like,
Yeah.
and he's got his swag, he's got his fur boots, he's got his chicken nuggets, like he's that guy,
And
you
his
know.
tash and
It's
his
a
mustache now.
tash. Like he did
But
like
his
some
his
Yeah.
his,
magazine.
his in-ring psychology is so good, like compared
Yeah,
to what it was even just a year ago now. He's really got to a certain standard. Like he can go with some top people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
One
think
Oh,
thing.
I wouldn't be surprised that if he ends up being world champion one day, like in the WWE,
I'm
like
pushing for Money in the Bank. I want him
yeah.
Money in the Bank,
yeah.
honestly.
He's got Money in the Bank winner written all over him, man.
Mm.
Like what I mean, sneaky, devious cash in, and that's how he becomes a champ. You
Well,
know?
Three
Dan,
more matches left. Let's run through them. Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship match.
Yeah.
Trick Williams with his 10,000 feet jacket. Who wants to kick it off and talk about it?
Yeah, man. I think in the predictions, I was saying I wanted him to jump out of a giant lemon pepper stepper. I wanted him to have like 20 guys in minks. Like, I wanted little yachty. Bro, it's like we can't have nice things, man. Man's got some wedding train. And I will say wedding train because you only associate that with brides, bro. Like, coming,
You know
like,
what I
when
mean?
when
that's being
royals get
kind,
married.
man. That's being kind. Some people are calling it toilet paper, G. So you're
The
being
toilet
nice.
paper,
That's
bro.
messed
Do
up.
you remember that mania when Randy was getting chased down the ramp by that giant sperm, bro? It's gonna be
The one I
parodied
went
for
to,
life.
but when I went to that Mania and that sperm came out,
What the fuck?
I was in a stadium with 60,000 people. The whole section around me absolutely laughed and went, "What the fuck
Yeah,
is that?"
it's come like that, bro. Like Trick Williams with it should be doing toilet paper sponsorship, bro. He should have been Dude Wipes should have sponsored that match, bro.
Oh,
You
yeah, I
know.
never saw it like,
We missed the trick.
uh,
Little Yachty, yeah. I mean, I think it went predictably, but then it didn't because for that to be a proper double turn, man, Sammy would have had to have won that match. So, but I think we needed something to make the fans happy, man. Like Trick is ridiculously over. The
yeah.
match itself was all right. It was good, man. I think the criticism with Trick is people say that he can't wrestle, but I think
What?
if he has the no, not like on like that's he's not like Carmelo level, like
Yeah,
um
right, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but
So,
it's still
but
good.
Sammy should like is expected to pull a good match out of him, is
Mm.
and yeah, it was decent. And I think we got the right result in my opinion. Yeah, I'm gonna kick it to Grant Buddy, man. What did you think of the match?
To add on from you, as far as Trick Williams, WWE has shown you haven't got to be the best wrestler to be over or be champion or kill it or whatever. If you've
Mm.
got the right skills and the charisma to go with it, you've got the marketing to go with it. I've heard this guy. He was told by Triple H or Michael Hayes or whoever, yo, because I think he tried to change his jacket the one time. And he goes, yo, where's the white one, man? Where's the white one with the lemon pepper steppers? So there's basically telling him you got to keep it going because you're doing it, you're killing it with that. So now, Trick Williams is doing just fine, and the storytelling maybe, just maybe, I think it would have worked either way because if you saw the camera on Sammy's face after he lost, he looked messed up. He looked messed up, and I think come SmackDown, you're really gonna see something now. You're really gonna see
Mm.
bitter a very bitter version of Sami Zayn going forward in it. So whether he won or lost, I don't think it would have made a difference. I think Sami, yeah, he's gonna make the switch and turn. And oh boy, it's gonna be an interesting ride, man, going forward, man. But I still feel it for Carmelo and Ilya Dragunov, who've been carrying the US title for them the past few months with the open challenges and all of that. And then big WrestleMania come, and I've got no problem with who was representing for the US title. It's just that they put in the work before that, and it's for them to be in catering or whatever. I still think that's wrong. But hey,
Do you know what? Do you know what? Sammy is a phenomenal guy. Yeah,
yeah,
he's a French Canadian. He's a Muslim brother. Um, you know, but it, I want him to turn
Mm.
heel for the best of his career of in storytelling because he's too happy, but when he goes into the ring, he switches. You know what I mean? He puts on a good fight. You know what I mean? He's a great, phenomenal guy. Um, Trick Williams, you know, we all know his mic skills are phenomenal. When people say that he can't really wrestle properly, the only thing why I don't really like is his finishing move because it's just I was like, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? I want something more like, ooh, type of things like
Fair enough. Saya.
size gonna cost. I could see it in his face.
oh,
Oh, I just
Uh,
don't give a fuck. That's what
listen,
size face do like. I just don't give a fuck about this match.
I do give
oh,
a fuck. What are you talking about? On the
Okay.
predictions, I posted this as the show stealer. So I am pretty upset the way it turned out. It wasn't egregious, but it really could have been something fucking special. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's cards that we talk about that aren't the main event on certain WrestleManias, and I really fucking thought that this was it. This was bloody it. I think what Sammy did with the time he had, again, this time was offensive. I think he did a great job. Like, Sami Zayn is the fucking man. Like, I don't understand the hate. And I do want to explore this for just a small point after I'm done with the match, yeah? Why do we hate Sami Zayn? After this little, like, let me review this match. But I agree with Scandouz, yeah. I remember a big cereal box of Bootios at WrestleMania 32. You
Yeah.
couldn't get a lemon pepper stepper. Yeah, you couldn't get a big ass shoe for him to come out of with 1,000 pimps. Like, come on, G. Come on. But I'll always remember that fucking bit where someone touches it and there's a shot of him looking back like, are you fucking serious? I thought it was classic beautiful. I think one of my favorite spots of the night was you see how little Yachty's got this trending montage of him coming out to a huge festival in this dance. You know what I'm talking about? This meme that goes around. And he came out the exact same way to absolute silence. No one gave two fucks that you were there. And it was so good. I like, when it was just a brilliant payoff for me. That was my payoff. No one gave a fuck, as they shouldn't. All right, now look, he hasn't been the most egregious involvement in terms of celebrity spots, yeah, but it has rubbed me the wrong way in terms of his entitlement. Like, I'm always in front of the TV. Don't take my WrestleMania moment away from me. Not the people that risk their necks, risk their backs, risk their limbs, risk not seeing their family, go on the road, develop fucking mental health problems every fucking year of their fucking career.
Mm.
They deserve a WrestleMania shot, little Gotti. But like in terms of the modern day Bret Hart Stone Cold WrestleMania 13 match, which I was kind of hoping for, I think Sammy was Healy. Like he beat the shit out of Yachty. He did a few more heel steps to his character that he's been like teasing in the last couple of weeks. And I was the only one in our group that chose Trick. Because you're right, Sammy should have won with the fucking story they've been telling us. Sammy has been taught that he has to resort to heel antics to win a WrestleMania match. And fair enough, the finish didn't have a swervy shenanigan heel thing from Sammy. He did some heel shit with Yachty. Actually, Trick did the heel spot. Yachty, I think he got his revenge by giving pulling Sammy's head on the ropes, and then Trick did his finisher, if I'm not mistaken. That's how the finish went. So if you were trying to make your big baby face a baby face, I get it. He won through. He reminds me like of a mix of The Rock and Eddie Guerrero. Like he can cheat and it's still fucking cool. So that's
Yeah,
one thing I'll give grace to with Trick Williams. So if they're achieving that, good on them. Let him do that. He's kind of a tweener that way. But it, I guess I'm angry because I didn't get what I want. If I'm being honest, the match did what it did, but egregiously, it still should have had more time. Now, can we, as everyone, Scan, have you talked about this match? Talk about this match, and I want to really go into why the fuck we hate Sammy.
No, we did. Go for it.
No,
Why
but
do we hate Sammy?
one thing I must say though, big up to Little Yachty for giving what's it called, Trick his brand new chain, earrings, and new gear to walk out with, well, new jewelry to walk out with.
I hope
That
that
was
shit gets
phenomenal.
snatched, bruv. Give
Yeah.
that shit to somebody else. If Black
Nah,
Thought
he
gave
was cool. I rate you
if
for that
Black
though. 'Cause
Thought gave him a
when I
chain,
saw that
if
in the
Styles
car,
P gave him a chain, if Redman gave him a chain, but this little prick can go home, bro. Throw that chain in the toilet. Next.
All right. So what's the Sammy hate? Break it down.
Why? I
Yeah.
want to know what's going. Like I know he took the spot from Carmelo, but it was getting booed before that. Is this an American crowd? Because it's
But
quite a right.
did you notice his knee pads is like the day one Sammy fans or for the real Sammy Zayn fans? Did you
I mean,
notice that?
I thought that's what the hate was about. That
Yeah.
he
So
took
that's what
he,
he's saying. He
he
said
took
he's
my
got real
spot.
fans that would appreciate him.
That's me.
Go on.
But no, I don't know. I think they've. Is it more than that? Because Sammy is. It's the same. Is it the same reason they boo the good guy? Is it
No,
just
to be
we're
honest with
tired of
you,
you trying to be so in his, and I obviously follow his politics and the way he works outside of the ring and the advocacy he's given for Palestine, and
yeah,
I
but
really enjoy that. That adds to his character for me. That really, I don't think his character work, but I'm invested in Sammy as a human being and the genius of the wrestler. Has that put people off? Because
no,
that's
I
put me
think
on.
what put him off is
No,
who he
no,
was
no.
up against, bro. It's because Trick is so over. It would have been a thing if they'd have put whoever they would have put Trick against would have got booed, quite
mm,
frankly. You
Was
know?
he get? You know what? I think you're right because I went to that SmackDown where he fought. I know I kept that quiet. I went to that SmackDown where he fought Dra Dragunov, Ilya Dragunov at the main event to
Right.
Yeah.
qualify for the four-way at Saturday's main event, and he wasn't booed then. The English crowd loved Sammy. You know, I was right there in front of him and people were screaming. I think it could be. You're right. I think it's because they put him to trick someone so over that they've done the Cody thing with Randy.
Yeah,
Maybe that is what it is.
that's what it is.
Yeah, I think the same thing with Cody. I don't think they want to boo Cody. It's just that they wanted Randy in
Yeah.
that case to get the 15 to the point where Cody let him get the 15. So I think that's what that was. I don't think they're booing Cody or Sammy for that reason. Nah. I think it's one of them ones, man. Like get out of their way. It's get out of their way, boo. That's what I'd call it. Get out of their way, boo.
But then I just thought, if you're going to be a heel by stealing the Carmelo spot, which is great, it's a good idea if you want to be a real fucking heel. And I just think he should have won. I know it's a great moment, but I don't know. Maybe he didn't go as far as he could do as a heel, and the real heel turn is coming later, where he completely beats the shit out of Trick and takes the title again. Maybe, you know.
The WWE Women's Championship match with the Mommy, Rhea Ripley versus the Storm, Jade Cargill,
And her baddies.
and her baddies. Can I kick this off?
Go on then.
Yeah.
Go first.
Right, yo,
man.
be
Go first.
respectful. Be respectful.
Come on,
Yeah, how's the
I,
husband?
because I love both wrestlers. So like, you know, both of these two women are both phenomenal. Everyone knows my heart is for Miss Jade. You know what I mean? But that match was too flipping easy. You know what I mean? It was too easy. It made you know, Rhea made Jade look like a simpleton, like a real simpleton in that match. You know, like is that I wanted more. I wanted more to go on in the match. You know, and you know, I thought that maybe Jade would have retained, but obviously with the what's it called, out ring, you know, stuff what was going on, her two best friends coming, and then you know the ex Kabuki warrior and whatever coming and whoever else coming. It's like, okay, you just made Rhea just dominate you and make you look like an idiot for all the times that you wanted that championship, and everyone who said, "Yo, you come from over there, Gavin, you started here, but you went over there to the other brand, and you come back, you was a tag team, and then all of a sudden you got this, you acted like a bitch, as what you call yourself, which I don't like that word for a black woman, yeah, and." You know, you're fighting two girls who didn't like you. Now they like you, and then all of a sudden you lose your title. So what is next for you? What is next for you? Are those girls gonna stay by you, or are you gonna come back and dominate and retain that belt, or are you gonna drop down and get the United States or the women's intercontinental? So to me, I don't know what's gonna go on. What the writers team gonna do with her character. Um, Respect to Rhea. I love what Rhea's about. You know what I mean? She's a phenomenal wrestler. Very athletic. Both of them are athletic, but I don't know what's gonna come next.
All
Literally.
right.
Can I
Right, but
respond to that, please? For the
good.
love of Bruv, I don't think you like wrestling, G. I really don't. I really just don't understand what goes on when you watch these things. Like, that was blatantly Jade's best match. That is her best performance as a wrestler. She had like night and day differences. She has worked really hard and put on a real good shift. She looked like she belonged with Rhea. So I have
Yeah.
no idea how you saw this flimsy or dominated, unworthy sort of. I don't get you at all, bruv. This was Jade's best performance. I'm not saying it's
Could've done better.
WrestleMania worthy, but she hung with Rhea Ripley, and I
Yeah.
actually congratulate her like a lot for
No, she
that
could have
match.
done better. She could have done better.
Oh my. I completely disagree. I don't know if she could have done better with her capabilities. I think she might get there. This was a promising match, but I completely disagree. I do find it interesting to what you said on what's next, the next steps for her. I'm not sure, but the minute I saw that baby, I haven't seen the baby, but the minute I saw like Bianca's stomach, I was like, all right, Rhea's winning this shit. You know what I mean? I was like, straight up. Go to reset mode. That might have been a good TKO call. Like, give it to Rhea. Let's refresh SmackDown. Boom. I need the numbers. Keep them coming. So for what it was, fine. I wasn't so gassed for this match. I would have preferred again Jade Cargill versus Charlotte. I feel their characters work. Who's the biggest queen diva asshole in the industry, sort of thing. But yeah, that's kind of. But did anyone peep this shit? Yeah. Did anyone peep this motherfucking shit? I swear down. I swear down. I can't believe I saw that. Only two people, two in the world, and I can't remember who they are, but two people have kicked out at the what's it called? The Broken Wing Angel?
Oh
Is
yeah.
it Broken Angel? Right.
One
No, I
wing
don't.
angel.
Huh? One wing,
Winged angel. Yeah.
one wing angel. Excuse me, it's not broken. It's just one wing. Um, but the fact that Darby won on Wednesday, the world title, which I haven't watched yet, I need to watch it. He won the title, right? I just think you protect Kenny Omega, Mr. AEW, has protected this move for so long that they, for the first time in I can't remember how many times, like in years, they did that move and Rhea kicked out. And I
Hmm.
think I've just got this. I know I'm a conspiracy theorist. What's your thoughts on that, guys? Are you reading into it the way I am? Because that's never happened before.
Well, let me jump in. I think in that respect, I think the way AEW mugs off moves like the Tombstone Power Driver or Power Drivers in general, and like moves that are actual finishing moves in WWE, and they just use them as transition moves. So they deserve to get one back, quite frankly. And I'm glad it was Jade that gave it to them. So, boom, in that, take that, hold that. Yeah. Bap, 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 bap. But the match itself, man, I actually agree with you, man. Jade, again, is one of them wrestlers that needs the right dancing partner, to bring out the best in her. Like, and I think everybody, like even Zahir, when he was speaking earlier, it's mentioned like she looks like a superstar. She looks like a
Mhm.
superhero. She looks like even when she was in AEW, people were saying, Yo, you look like you belong in the WWE. You got what
Oh,
WWE look for. Like when they see this woman, oh my God. Like, that's the storm. She might be a big movie star one day, whatever, whatever. But yeah, I'm glad they're managing to get good. And they didn't give up on her, man. People were shitting all over her saying, she should have went to NXT. She can't wrestle. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, she can't cut promos, but they stuck with her, man, and they worked on it, and she's improving in real time, and I'm glad
mm.
she's had a single match at Mania for the title. Granted, she lost, but it's on the record, man. And I'm happy to see it. And yeah, I think we got the right result in the end. Even though majority of people predicted that Jade was gonna walk through this one and catch the
Hmm.
dub, but obviously it didn't gussa. Grant
I,
Body
I
P.
will I will say this just quickly on the improvement and the time she was given. I don't still believe she should have held the women's championship hostage in that time. I think she could have been doing what she was doing because essentially she has got a women's main event title match at Mania, but there's really not a next steps direction for in terms of character development for her. She might surprise me on SmackDown, but in consequence, she won the title from Tiffany. I can't remember when back, and she's defended it like maybe two or three
Twice.
times, and
But
most
I
against
think
Mitch.
to be fair, I think like it made storyline sense that she was waiting for Bianca Belair, and it might have been a late call that Bianca Belair told the company that she was pregnant. So that's probably why she was champion for so long.
Yeah.
Everybody was banking on getting the Bianca Belair match for Mania because that made storyline sense. But we didn't get it, man. So they've
Pivot.
had to pivot,
I would have
like
still pivoted.
yeah. So
Yeah.
sorry,
Mm.
Grant Buddy P.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think they did pivot. I think they did pivot. Bianca, that changed everything. But now for that match could go to a point where the title may not be needed, to be in the equation. And I think that could happen somewhere down the line there. Um, I'm very surprised at Magic J, to be honest, because I know Jade Cargill's that's his woman, that's his lady. I thought he'd be more biased towards her.
He's
So for
probably on
him
his
to
phone, bruv. He ain't watching a match. Like, bruv, you could.
and I didn't think he'd be watching his phone. I didn't think he'd be watching his phone doing something like that. But in his defense, what wasn't there like a game on at the same time, like some basketball game on at the same time?
Oh yeah, Nix was playing that. Nix was playing. Nix was playing.
Yeah.
So
But in
you
any
you
event,
buoyed off Jay for the Knicks. Jay's listening.
No, I had two devices going.
Sending Twitters out,
right.
tweets out.
So
All right.
And plus, I
you're
was sending tweets
critiquing
out
a
as
All right.
well.
match.
And plus, I was
You
sending tweets out as well. So I was multitasking. I had my iPad, I had my
oh my
laptop,
so
and I
wait,
was tweeting. And I
but
was
you're
tweeting on
critiquing a
my phone.
match you're half watched.
Oh
Right.
no!
The
Oh
whole
man.
WrestleMania is being critiqued with a basketball game going on in the up. Bruv, the
Yeah.
top journalist in this building right here, man. Let's
All right.
grab body P.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
bring it back.
I don't know about you guys, but I was eating my WrestleMania soup. You know what I mean? When that match was going on, the Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. But in any event, I have to agree with you, Sire. That was my girl's best performance. She's really bringing it together. Like before that, it looked like she was play wrestling, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this move, do that move,
Yeah.
do that move, do the finish, and do the cover." But now it's like they're all connecting now. You can see she's telling that story. So she definitely has improved in that regard. But other than that, yeah, I was disappointed that Jade lost. And it is funny. It's funny that Jay mentioned that already. You know that like when she did first win the title, she was acting all dominant and she was like a one-man army and she was afraid of nobody and all that stuff. And then as soon as it switched, that she has now like Meechin and B-Fab riding with her, and then suddenly, bam, she lost. You know what I mean? So that is a bit weird. If anything, she's supposed to be even more stronger. You know, but
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, man.
Want to talk about a segment with Danhausen? You
I
want
want to talk the Dan. Yeah, we cannot skip. One of the
Go
best
for it.
things
Go
I've
for it.
seen on
Go for
Mania
it.
in a while.
Go for it. Go for it.
Danhausen.
You don't go first, man. I've talked a lot. You go ahead. All right, I'll go ahead. Fuck it. Um, yeah. No, it was perfect. This was even like this was perfect, man. I could. Okay, fine. Look, if it wasn't for the ads, I would have liked John Cena in so many different backstage segments,
Yeah,
much
yeah,
more,
man.
much more woven and integral to the. I wanted. We all said he should be cursed in the beginning of Mania, and then walk around with certain like curses happening to him, like the way he's trying to present something. You know what I mean? Everything goes wrong throughout the night. I think that would have been fantastic. Um,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed how much John Cena enjoyed it too. I've never seen genuine laughter from this robot, yeah. This Bray was actually cracking the fuck up. But I think Danhausen needs way more credit. He's got all the credit in the world, but his comedic timing, his genius, his comedic, yeah, just comedic timing, just zoning on that. He just knows when to say, what to say, how to say, the facial
Mm-hmm.
expressions, what to do, like. Even when the fucking magic, when he said you can't see me, went off, he knew just to look confused and then put his head to the crowd, like, and then go under
That
like
was
it's a
complete comedy, man.
he look, Danhausen for me is exactly where he belongs in the WrestleMania. The night the
Yeah,
match
man.
before the main event. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Danhausen for Money in the Bank. Danhausen for 3 or 4 different types of blimps. A bigger one that was flying around WrestleMania. Danhausen for the whole. He says he's a Hall of Famer now because he walked the red carpet. I don't know if you
He
saw.
is. He is. He
So
is though.
I think using John Cena that way, I like that he didn't get involved. He didn't physically get involved. That kept to the Saturday night main event retirement. Other than
Yeah.
I know TKO had given him a lot of money and was scared of tickets and brought him back too early, but he didn't fight. I'm good with that. Um, yeah, Miz, I like that Kip Wilson got a moment. I don't
Mm.
think Kip Wilson is funny as fuck as well. Like, fuck you
Yeah.
haters out there. Kip
British
Wilson,
lad.
brilliant, right? And I never thought I'd hear the M word used, yeah. And then like I heard like the minute like flipping Michael said the M word and then said, "Nah, if before you look get mad at me on social media, that's their group name." That also cracked me up as well because he he wanted permission to say it. It's just it was all fucking funny, man. And even Wade Barrett as them on commentary doing it. I like Wade Barrett the way he commentates when Danhausen's appeared. His just disgust and not understanding of it. So it just all came together, and yeah, loved every minute of it. That's it.
Cool. Grant, Buddy P, you want to say anything about it?
Yeah, man. You know what? Danhausen to host SummerSlams. He should host SummerSlams for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole disappearing act that he does, I think that's hilarious, man. Because you know what it reminds me of, and I don't know if you guys even remember. It reminds me of there was an episode of The Simpsons I saw once, and Mr. Burns tried that same trick he tried to disappear in smoke, and then he saw him at the
Yeah, I
right,
remember that.
and I was rolling. I was crying. I was like, oh
I
shit.
never
So
thought of that way.
yeah, man. Yeah, no, I always wondered because I heard of Danhausen back in AEW, and I
Yeah.
was like, "What's the fuss about?" I didn't get because I don't watch AEW. Yeah, I said it. Magic J side eyeing me now, but I heard of him. I was thinking, yo, what's all the craze? What's the fuss about? And I think I'm starting to see it now. I'm really starting to see it. I'll give Danhausen ratings, man. He did his thing. Kit Wilson, I'm not a fan of him, but I get him. Do you know what I mean? I get him. I get him, but I'm not a fan. Yeah. Putting up with Miz, pairing up with Miz is a good act. I legit thought John Cena was going to drop the AA or the FU in his suit. Both nights, I don't know if you guys noticed, when John Cena comes out, he usually runs down to the ring. He really wanted to run down in his suit,
Really wanted to see it.
And then he had to style it out and walk down there. That was
Yeah, that
fun.
was
Yeah,
cool. He didn't know what to do with himself. It was kind of cool.
you have to style it out because he doesn't want a Brock Lesnar moment. You know what I mean? And tear his jeans and he's to the whole of he's to the whole of his bottom. You know what I mean?
Oh god, see that's comedy gold right there, bro. And
You
yeah,
need that, man. You need that.
just to respond to what you're saying, man. I don't know how into the Simpsons you are, man, but Janhausen
Not really. It's just that one scene I remember.
yeah, he rips a lot from the Simpsons, bro. He rips like classic Simpsons, man. But I mean, just
Right.
even where he got all the little people to bundle onto Kit Wilson, and then they all carried Miz out the ring
Oh, that was comedy.
like the
Yeah.
Oompa Loompas, bro. That was
Yeah,
oh my
You
that
know
God.
that
was
was
very comedy.
that was Miz's idea. Miz went into the locker room and said, "Hey, at the end, can you just carry me out?" He asked them in the on the night.
And
Fucking,
they, they didn't even get far up the ramp, man. I think they dropped him like after about
Yeah,
10
yeah,
seconds
yeah,
later.
yeah.
But did you see the clip I put in the group of Danhausen and the minions chasing John Cena as he's been taken by the go kart, and John
No,
Cena and
I
his
gotta go
wife are
see
just
that,
laughing the whole way through, but he's like running like this for him, and John Cena's just driving back.
bro.
Yeah.
That's
That's
comedy
hilarious.
gold,
Miz will
bro.
be
And
there
that's
as well. Miz will be in
No,
the Hall of Fame as well, for sure.
absolutely.
yeah,
And
we
Miz
need
gunned him at the Hall of Fame as well, bro. It's like, yeah, beautiful people and then the ugly people, and then they put the camera on Danhausen and his wife. Oh my God. That
He's
was
wearing glasses as well. He looks so out of place.
Yeah.
no, but you know what it is? We need some
Uh-huh.
comedy. Like I'm not a big Danhausen fan, but
Oh, you
I
don't
like
ruin
his
our party,
character.
bruv.
No, I like his character in the comedy section, but when it comes to wrestling, I'm not. People say he's good. I've seen one or two in the independents and in stuff like that. He seems really good, but like we need comedy because we need it can't be the
and that's a
seriousness.
CM Punk hire, isn't it? CM Punk called for Danhausen to be hired by WWE.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
mates.
I
I
heard
don't know
that
if
as
he
well.
yeah.
might
Major
have makes sense. I know they're like mates and geek out on comic books and shit, but like I don't know that he brought him in.
yeah, he brought him in, man. So
Yeah.
that was a
The
good event.
final match. Yeah, as what Uncle Mark Henry used to say in the other brand. Um, Basically, the original tribal chief, Roman Blood Cleat Reigns. Yeah, put your ones up for him. You get me? Yeah. Versus the old man, Chip Magnet, CM Punk. Yeah.
Like
Uh,
Mussolini.
World Heavyweight Championship match. What did you guys think of it? Let's say start because I know you've got a lot to say. So let him go for his rant. Rants with saying. Go.
Uh-oh.
This is definitely in the top 5 WrestleMania main event matches I have ever seen. That is, I'm going to say that out loud. It is the top 3 Roman Reigns matches that has happened ever as well. I don't think you can probably draw to WrestleMania 40 and WrestleMania 30, and you probably won't be able to come up with a better main event. And really think about it. WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 40. Apart from them two, you probably won't be able to come up with a better main event in the last how many 12 years. Now, as the build has been on and off, disconjointed at some points, but really fucking good at the times where it counted. So going into the match, the story told, it did build to something that they painted on the night. And I didn't, I really didn't expect it to play out as beautifully and as poetically as it did. The stuff that CM Punk was alluding to in his promos, an old man, you held this place hostage. I still got what it takes. I'm middle-aged and crazy like Terry Funk. And Roman Reigns is like this trial experiment is over. We've done it. You can't carry it. You're too old. They're begging for me to come back. I'm the guy, and you didn't pick. And then even the history stuff of you went on your podcast and made it way more difficult for me to get over. All of this thing's been said. The animosity between the two that was circling that ring, the way they just faced off before the match even started, right? And even the kayfabe, I think Roman said to him, "Last one, huh?" And then Punk laughed and said, "Probably not." Even that goes into the story. It's like Roman, like, "This is your last one, isn't it? You're not gonna fucking, you're too old." And Punk's like, "Ha!" As a rebellious sort of like, voiceless man, that voice for the voiceless, like, "Probably not. I'm still a fucking problem, and you're gonna have to work to get rid of me." And I really feel like that is exactly what was told. I'm still a problem. I'm not going nowhere. I'm middle-aged and crazy. I'm old. I'm holding on to this title. And the minute you remind me of how vulnerable my age is, I'm just going to lash out like a child because I don't know what to do with that because I deep down believe it too. And then Roman and the stuff he did to Roman, you can't get it by yourself, getting in his head of the past of what he did. And Roman's really good at that. He's done that in so many different matches. I think in the other top three matches for Roman is Sami Zayn and him at Elimination Chamber. And then it's probably Cody WrestleMania 43. I think 40, sorry. Those are my three best Roman matches, I'd say, which is a good handful. But every second counted in this match. Every move, every turn, every rest. Even when in the half of the match when Roman was on the floor and rolling, Punk was just doing random elbow drops at him as he rolled more. He did another elbow drop until he went out the ring. He didn't just roll out the ring. He did something interesting before he rolled out the ring. So all of these dynamics that were playing out in this match, and then what the final third gave us was Punk getting put through a table. So because of this pressure for him to live up to that standard, he had to put Roman through a table. He could have powerbombed him through the table. No, 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 no. He had something to prove to himself and the crowd. So he went to the top and jumped and elbowed him like he was 10 years younger than he actually is. What cost him the match is when he pulled him in, gave him the GTS, he rolled back, grabbed him, just like he grabbed Seth and won at Netflix Raw opening. Just like he grabbed John Moxley and won in All Out. But this time, nothing left in the tank. Roman looked at him like you're done, you're finished. And I can't remember if it was the swing and then he did the super spear because there was another spot where Punk, and I actually thought it was the finish where he was unwrapping his hands, chucked it to him. It hit Roman's chest. The ref went to get it. I think he GTS'd him, and then he went for he low blowed him and GTS'd him and went for the pin. And that was a great false finish because I thought it was over. I thought it was kind of like a heel thing. I don't think I would have been as happy as with the finish I got to at the end of this actual match. But yeah. But yeah, I think one of the best spots I've ever seen in WrestleMania is a decorated legend of our wrestling age at the pinnacle of the story of when it had to be told on his last legs, just swing and miss, and then Roman does a super spear and wins, and he's still on top. It's not as close because I wasn't watching wrestling then, like live and actively have gone back. But when when Shawn Michaels said I'm sorry to Ric Flair and kicked him, but it got me as emotionally driven as when he swung and missed him and fell and collapsed. It was an excellent match. If you were waiting for since 2014 and 15 when CM Punk had left and Roman was rising to the top, and you wanted this rebellious force that people were chanting for to knock down the big dog that everyone hated that was forced down our throats, to eventually reach to this climax. I think that's exactly how you would have asked the match to go. So kudos to everyone involved. It was a brilliant match, and yeah, just thank you. As a wrestling fan, it's
Mm.
everything I wanted to see. I'll carry that with me forever.
And it's so funny, yeah, right? It's so funny. I'm not even capping, yeah. I wrote down some notes, right, about that. Yeah. I wrote down some notes, yeah, right? What I got. I asked our good friend ChatGPT to help me, right? And it came up with the same thing. What's it called? Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania 40, Night 2, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Elimination Chamber 2023, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, yeah, SummerSlam, Last Man Standing 2022, yeah, and honorable mentions, Roman Reigns, Edge, Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania 37,
Yeah, I
uh,
thought of that.
what's it called? Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Clash of the Champions 2020, and Roman Reigns,
Nah.
Drew McIntyre, Clash of the Castle 2022. But that match, yeah, that match what we saw with Sammy, not CM Punk, I mean, was a phenomenal match. I thought the old man was gonna just bow out, but he done what he had to do. But obviously, like even even Grandmoney P was going crazy in his group page sending voice notes. Like when he sent a voice note, I sent a voice out. We sent a voice note at the same time about it. Like, but you, so you said everything. What I don't even need to say nothing. Like you said it all. You get me? Like, I'm gonna just pass the baton on to Grant Buddy P because I know Grant Buddy P is a huge um bloodline, fan, Roman Reigns fan. So let's pass it over to the Wolverhampton bloodline.
It's like, yo, yeah, I'm bloodline to the end, and I'm very anti CM Punk. I've been anti CM Punk from around the time when he won the Money in the Bank twice. I didn't see what the fuss was about when he debuted, and then when he won it back to back, then I was like, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. Sat down, crossed his legs, cried out for ice cream in that pipe bomb. I thought, nah, this ain't my dude, man. This ain't my. Oh, CM Punk. I was like, that ain't it. That ain't it. But like that long build, that long story from the time that he pretty much walked out, like he brought the Shield in, walked out, come back. Roman Reigns was the done when he came back, and then this big story that it culminated, and it was all told in this match. I really loved it to the point where even I couldn't tell who was gonna win given the circumstances between the two guys. Like CM Punk over time has gained some more respect for me now as of late, but I really couldn't tell, and that was the beauty about WrestleMania. I've been saying it for the longest, when they build the stories to a point where you can't tell who's going to win the main event.
Yeah.
Or some of the matches, you just can't call it at all. It's really hard to call. You just don't know. You're just watching to see what happens and how it's going to play out. There were certain spots that I really did like. I wanted to commend the referee because the referee could have locked off the match. Roman Reigns blatantly used his skill sets against CM Punk when CM Punk was hung up.
Yeah.
He could have disqualified him right there, but the referee was like, you know what? Nah, this is the main event. I'm going to let this ride out. You know what I mean? So I really like that, right? And I really like that CM Punk had to use a distraction and punch Roman Reigns and aim dick. So I thought that, yeah, I thought that was fine. Yeah, to add on to what Magic J was saying, I was cussing when CM Punk put the Uda Fala around his neck. I thought, no, man, that's disrespect. That's Samoan culture. He's disrespecting Samoan culture. Roman Reigns, don't let this man beat you. Don't let him beat you. I thought, yeah, this is typical disrespect from CM Punk, just like it was CM Punk versus The Rock way back in 2012, 2013, sorry. I didn't like the disrespect. I thought, typical CM Punk, just being CM Punk. I thought, Roman, get him. And when he got him, it sweet me. That last punch that CM tried to swing, yeah. The story was told, man. The story was told. I didn't think they would lead on to that whole old factor, considering that Roman Reigns has been in main events at WrestleMania with older guys. Cough, cough, Undertaker, cough, cough. You know what I mean? I never said a word about him
And
being old.
Lesnar. Yeah.
Brock, well, yeah, because Brock's what, 48 now? 40, yeah, Brock's like 48 now. Yeah. So and Triple, he was getting up there in age as well. So yeah, that was a bit that was a bit weird, I gotta say. But knowing what Roman stated at the post show as well, that he's gonna be sticking around for them from now until like around the summertime, I thought, that's fair. So we're gonna see some fresh matches going forward, some fresh feuds. The next few months is gonna be good. The next few months are gonna be good, man. So kudos to both men. Really enjoyed the match. And
Yeah.
their entrances as well. That goes without saying. Well
Yeah.
done to both. Kudos.
Cool, cool. All right, cool. So I'm gonna jump in and talk about these entrances, man. Because bro, in terms of like legacy, bro, like I was watching it with my son, and even my son was like, "Oh my God, there's Yokozuna, there's a manga." These are people
Yeah.
broke down like the lineage, High Chief Peter Maivia, Afra,
Yeah.
That's right.
Seeker, like, bro
Yeah.
the
Mm.
orchestra again, bringing back his original music from the
Mm.
bloodline, bro. It was like people like to say, it's cinema, bro. It was absolute epic, man, for Roman. And then with Punk, obviously bringing back his original Ring of Honor theme music, which
Yeah.
like a lot of diehard CM Punk heads know him for, even his jacket, which had like tributes to a lot of people that passed away recently, including his
Yeah.
dog, the tribute to Harley Race on the back. There was just so many layers. And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways we always have when it comes to WrestleMania, man, is trying to break down the entrances, break down the ring gear and the deeper meaning behind things as well. And the
Yeah.
fact that they put it all into that, man, was so special, bro. And
Big
I've
ups to
heard,
Mike
I've heard,
Cole for educating us for that. Because I didn't know about those three names on his arm.
yeah,
Personally,
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't know.
yeah, because
Yeah.
Michael Cole shouted him out
yeah,
during the
Michael
match, like
Cole
before it
shouted
started.
them out, like, so there was significance. And he also mentioned them like the following night on Raw. I think I heard some theories online, man, that was saying that like if that was gonna be CM Punk's final match, he could go out like that. Like literally, there was almost like a full circle moment in a sense for him,
Yeah.
his career. Like
True,
Yeah.
but we
main
still
event
need that
Mania
Kevin
night
match
two,
still.
yeah, gave it his best shot and just came up short, And I'm happy for him, man. Genuinely, because like he was not supposed to be that guy.
Yeah. Imagine that though, man. Imagine that, two retirements in one night. Both of them being Paul Heyman guys. Oh boy.
I thought the interesting dynamic between the entrances that set the table for a match where entrances are really supposed to do that is you had Roman Reigns, the chosen one, the lineage, the wrestling family sort of like the thing that fucking WWE spit out of the womb, and that's Roman Reigns. And then you got the next entrance, which is one of my favorite entrances I've seen of the self-made, independent, did it all by himself, CM
Yeah.
Punk. So
Yeah.
that set the table beautifully. That's what I was gonna say. You had Roman's orchestra ceremoniously picking that sort of juggernaut of a corporation, WWE through and through, and then you had the unsung hero that had to fight, not be friends with family members, not being held by Hulk Hogan when he was a baby to get there on the thick, like just the grit of his
Yeah.
own fucking drive.
Yeah,
That's rare, bro.
yeah, and it's a genuine contrast between the two, man. And I think when we break it down, like it's kind of embodies everything we love about pro wrestling. You've got the lineage, you've got the independent guy, and it's like the worlds have collided. And I think basically
Mm.
Punk's whole spiel, like the following night on Raw, being in a good mood, he was like, "Yeah, man, it just wasn't my night." But he wouldn't admit that Roman was actually a better wrestler than him. He just came up short that day. Next time we run it back, I might beat you. you know,
I,
and
I,
that's
I,
kind of what
I
made it
think
so
it.
poetic.
but
Yeah.
Really
Punk
put
was
like
so pissed
that.
off. Punk was so pissed off that a fan, I don't know what
Nah,
happened.
man,
The
nah,
fan,
nah, nah. Let's not go. He had to do that, bro. That's just weirdo shit. Like those fans deserve to be like arrested in some
You
form.
do, man. They do.
They're
DK,
weirdos, man. Like who? How are you
DK.
videotaping someone or trying to get a picture? Like it's mad, bro. Punk should have knocked him the fuck. Okay, maybe it was too much, but he should have
No,
slapped
you're
that
still
fucking
right.
phone. It's his
but what did
wife,
the fan
bro.
say? What did the
If
fan
it's
say?
if you
What
Yeah.
got a
the
random
language?
brother filming your wife, you're not gonna step to man like that. Nah, man, come on.
I
Punk
see
did
that's
not.
a,
No.
and that's a good point, man, because you got to ask yourself, like, what is the intention of filming that? It's not something you can put on your YouTube channel. Oh, I got close up to two wrestlers hugging. Like, unless he's got some secret fetish that he's gonna jack off to when he's at home.
But
Like,
but
what is the point on purpose of filming that?
even if there was a point, go fuck yourself, man. Get a life. Do you know what I mean? These are human beings. Do
Tell them,
something.
talk to them.
But
Talk.
sadly, we live in the era now where organizations like TMZ will pay a guy money for exclusive footage like that, and
Bro,
that's why these
bro.
people are relentless, bro. I heard stories about people with their kids sleeping outside hotel rooms like 2 o'clock in the morning, bro, trying to get like a glimpse of these wrestlers. Like, it's just it's getting worse in some
Well,
respect.
for me, they should really. I don't know what's going on in the ins out of the industry, but it looks like they just need better security. I mean, they can move where they need to move in terms of freedom of going to bars and chilling out there, wherever it's at. But at your hotels, at the airports, at the arena settings, or just outside certain venues, tighten up security, man. Get people the fuck away from these performers who risk their lives for us. Do you know what I mean?
Word
Um,
up, man.
yeah, no, it's
They need to hire I show speech securities where because them man they don't ramp and they're British as well.
Oh wow.
But you see, but in terms of what you were talking about earlier, Punk, about not Punk, Scan, about the way the table was set the next day. Someone said he was I just like I just like how I didn't want Cody to come out, but I'm okay with it because selling the punt like that is all right, to be fair. But the fact that he looked happy and content and accepted that he's an old man and got his run. And actually, everyone loved his match. And then you got Cody coming out, who won the title. Everyone hates him, and he came out broken and fuck. And I just love that contrast too, which is going to play into their match, whether it's in Saudi. I selfishly don't want it to be in SummerSlam because I'm at a competition and I would have gone, but it should be at SummerSlam. So if it's at SummerSlam, let's go, man. Let's set that table. Yeah, I thought walking out of I thought it was interesting how they both came out on Raw. Yeah.
Cool. So what's our overall thoughts, man? Was it a good Mania or like we've had a few days to let it sink in? Like, uh,
What's the ratings out of 1 to 10? What would you give
Oh
it?
man, 1 to 10. If night two was night one, worst Mania probably ever.
right.
Next to
Yeah.
WrestleMania 32. I literally put that in the group. If night two was that night one, worst Mania ever. Um, I'd give it God, the match really fucking pulled it out. Night two was a great Mania. Night two is a fucking like probably a 7.5 out of 10, and they all lost points because of the time certain matches were given.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
But altogether, I could only probably give it I could probably give it a 6.5 again because
Okay.
all the points came from maybe three solid matches, which was Oba, the ladder match, and the main event. And then you maybe got Seth in there somewhere with Gunther, even though, but those like if every match was that's what gets you to a 10. But because there were so many sort of mid time cut matches, I'm bringing it to 6.5 for me. Yeah.
Cool. Grant, buddy, what do you reckon?
Yeah, that's a fair judgment. 6.57.
Mm,
Yeah, I'd give it that because even like say the matches on night one,
yeah.
right? It's like some of them matches, especially on night one, left you wanting more. And and the Cody Randy, that potentially would have been good, but there were some confusing elements as well. So, because of the time constraints and the match and the match quality, it's not the performer's fault. That's straight on TKO. So I would give it a 7 out of 10 because how I felt personally on night two with the Ober Lesnar match, got, right at the end, right at the end when Alba won and got me, I got up at my seat and gone like this. You know what I mean? And how the ladder match was. The matches in between were solid for what they were. Then you had the epic main event with the intros. I wanted to mention that the intro, the entrances with CM Punk and Roman. Now that you guys put it like that, it did remind me of Undertaker and Shawn as well. WrestleMania 25, the heaven entrance and the hell entrance, two complete opposites, and then it turned into an epic storytelling match. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Night
Damn,
two
I,
really
I want to
came.
lower my score to 6 actually. But okay, go.
It's so funny that you said that because I was gonna say I'm gonna give it a 6. Only reason being is because I feel say there's certain matches should have been on one card. I know they wanted to mix it up, but like there's certain matches didn't wasn't that oomph, but it was all entertaining. They should have gave more to Danhausen, and what's his name, John Cena. As what was said in our chat, to make John Cena, cursed. But at the same time, they should have lowered the prices of the tickets. So TKO, all they're just thinking about is the money. You know what I mean? We had people talking about that on the day as well. You know what I mean? We had Tantalizing Tony, he done a video about that, and he even said I messaged him and he said to me that night two was a bit more packed than night one. But at the same time, what do you guys think? Was you there? If we was there, let us know in the comment section. Was night two more packed than night one? And what your thoughts and opinions? But I'll give it a solid 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a solid 6 as well, man. I think on a down note, like I mentioned earlier with the whole Super Bowl thing, man, really hope it's not a sign of things to come and where we're gonna get even
Mm,
more adverts next year and even more like random celebrity guests and they just really commercialize WrestleMania and just turn people off because that would be the ultimate destruction of WWE, man, where they just like they'll just drive the core fan base away, like because of how corporate it gets. And I'm sure that's not what they want to do. I'm sure hopefully the fans will rebel and we'll get to a point where families can come back and enjoy Mania again, man. And
for sure.
yeah, and they cut down some of these blatant, crazy adverts, man. Yeah, but anyway, that's a rant for another day, man. Grant Buddy P, I want to thank you so much for being a guest on the show today, joining us for our review. What are your
Appreciate it,
socials,
man.
man? How can people get in touch with you?
Socials. Okay, so the gram, um, infamous Grant Buddy P. Yeah, hit me up on there. Facebook, it's facebook.com/repping for you. Um, because I'm upgrading my phone after 3,000 years. I think I may return to TikTok. You know what I mean? So you may have to, yeah. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. Twitter, I don't really use that much, but it's there. Twitter at Mza the Infamous, MZA the Infamous, and also my show, Repping for You Hip Hop Show, worldoneradio.com every Tuesdays, 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern. You know what I mean?
And
Catch
you got the
the.
billboard behind your head as well on the wall. You
Hmm?
got the promo. You got the promo behind your head as well.
That's right, man. That's right. Yeah, man. I didn't make it my wallpaper like you guys and what you guys have got on. Yeah, man. Every Tuesday, worldoneradio.com, 7 p.m. The best in hip hop. A little bit of R&B seasoning, and every now and then some dancehall, reggae dancehall from my man
And no
DJ
Drake.
Shaq
And no
Parker.
Drake. And no Drake.
Nah, no trap, no mumble rap, no Drake. We don't do that over here, man. Nah. We get exclusive interviews, and we are sponsored by Got the Juice. Who got the
Got the
juice now?
juice.
Yeah, so yeah, man, y'all gotta check that out, man. So that's me, man. That's me. I appreciate it, man. Salute.
Come on, come on, come on.
Fantastic, man. All right, cool. So that's been it from us, the Mega Powers.
Let's
Um,
go with
myself,
the hand.
Scandouz at SKANDOUZ, alongside the brother Saya. What's your socials, bro?
Catch me on at Rain Sire. More things to come this year, next year. I've got a few things planned, so watch out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely.
stick fighting and all sorts.
And Magic J.
Yeah, you see me right there, DJ Magic J. You can catch me on the Mega Powers TV, plus also my documentary platform, Tea and Crumpets, and various other things that I'm doing would be on all social media platforms on, especially starting from DJ Magic J. But Tea and Crumpets, that's the main platform. You can catch me on there interviewing and going around your neighborhood.
Awesome, man. All right, wicked. Cool. So next time, we're going to do the Mega Power handshake and then
Oh
we'll be
shit.
out. All right.
Peace.
Peace.
We out.
Wicked.
Mega powers, yeah.